All right, so I'm heading to a spot above Baker Beach in San Francisco to meet with NICHOLAS Coley. I haven't seen him in a long time. He does large plein air paintings, so this should be really fun. We've talked about painting together for years, but it is just a gorgeous day in San Francisco. Beautiful, so this should be fun. Well, looks like he's already started.
Come see what I've been trying to do. I mean, I started this yesterday in my driveway, basically. I still have a lot of work to do, but...
You're sort of trying to duplicate the vibe of this one?
Sort of, yeah, but it doesn't have to be specific. I mean, I've made many bad paintings of this, okay? Because that looks like a bunch of cobwebs. It's crazy.
It's like, I love that the greens on the, you know, there's shadows on the ground over there.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and then the shape of the trees, like, it'll be fun for me to work with that.
Yeah,
one thing that I
yeah.
never do, though, is like, I would focus on the trees, but then having a big mass of land in the background.
No,
I've never composed like that before.
Yeah.
But it could be a good thing to experiment with.
Yes. You know what's also a cool thing is Arthur Matthews painted here in like 1902.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
And from, I think, up there.
Yeah.
But none of these trees, the Army planted all these trees.
Yeah.
So it's just this cool dunescape, dark bushes, like I don't know what kind of bushes, but probably lupin and some other things.
I just think cypress trees are one of my favorite trees to paint. They're just such beautiful trees.
Yeah, yeah.
Such interesting shapes.
Right. Yes.
Well, I should get set up and get started.
Cool.
But this looks amazing.
Well,
I'll ask you a couple of quick questions though that I've always been curious about when I'm like looking at your paintings and stuff. I was just curious, like, I wonder how Nick comes up with his color ideas. Is it spontaneous?
I'm loopy. I've actually had Thomas Reynolds about 20 years ago tell me I needed more dark, more grounding. I'm like floating out there in the ether with all of these pastels and cloudy kind of sunset colors.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
But, well, thanks. Yeah, I think he's really right though, and that's what I'm learning. I'm actually been experimenting with a lot of dark, like starting dark, and then you just naturally lighten it up, and it still has a grounded element. So that's actually one thing I need to do is bring a lot of darks in here. I need to fix all this and
do you find it difficult to actually have your canvas in full sun, or are you used to that?
I'm totally used to it.
And it'll be so fun to watch you do your thing. I'm going to set up and get started as well, great. And you know, we'll get this party going.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
All right, so there's the basic composition. I'm gonna kind of reduce the size of the land in the distance, also lighten the value of it. The focus is gonna be probably mostly on these trees and then the bits of light on the ground. So kind of experimenting with having the cypress trees right here, a little bit of foreground, and then in the distance that land, which like I said, I'm gonna reduce the size. I do like the idea of having bits of water visible, so I'm going to definitely work with that. Okay, so there is the scrub in, and I feel pretty good about the big shapes here. I need to lighten this landmass in the background. So I'm going to keep it sort of an ultramarine, but just lighten it up a bit. I've got to lighten the sky and the water too, so that I get good separation. But yeah, I definitely want to push that. I want to push it back. But I do like the shape here, the shape of the trees, and also some of the light on the ground. Oh, also too, the white water in this area. Indian yellow, or gambling.
Great color.
Okay.
That's often my undercoat, so it will come through in areas that gives you a nice punch of a soft, warm.
So it gives you kind of a, like a glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's this one here? Oh, there's Naples yellow, and this is big titanium white, I'm sure, right? Yeah, titanium white.
Yeah. This is a crazy color that just got invented or something, because I can't mix this. Light blue.
Oh, wow.
And what's weird about it is it's so powerful that you can just go right over whole other colors and not even see them anymore. So it's almost like, I use it as a corrector. And it's not like any other ultramarine, a cerulean, like you mix those with white or something, you're still not going to get that blue. I don't know how they came up with it.
I wonder what the pigments, let's see if the pigments are...
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, pigments are ultramarine blue, titanium white, and phthalo blue.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what I put in my sky. Ultramarine, that same mixture. But here, if you look at it, you'll see the pigments are...
That explains it.
Yeah. Like, I love these brushes are so...
Yeah, they should be thrown out.
Hey, they do the trick, right?
Like, it's a handicap. I'm a handicap by my former poverty. I just can't get rid of it. But what you can do is just drill. Look at all these holes, right?
So these are all holes where you drilled into with to support the canvas.
This thing is so old that actually sometimes screws fall out of the bigger holes, right? Because it's just ripped through the wood.
So basically, so when you're gonna paint, you take your canvas and you just drive a screw here into one of the
only the wood. I never have gone through.
Yeah.
I've never damaged the canvas. And then this thing's really sturdy. You could tie it to this guardrail.
And so that if it gets breezy,
you're gonna look fancy, but believe me, when you, at the end of the day, you just have a painting with 3 tiny holes that size in it. You know, I mean, it's nothing. Nobody's ever gonna notice this.
No, not at all.
And so.
And then you don't frame. You just you paint the edges.
I leave it up to them.
Yeah,
people want to frame it. I'd say like 2% of people ever frame my paintings.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, most people just have it on. I like having coffee in the car. I know it's like not warm and nice now, but I just pound coffee and I have like chocolate in the car for like just energy.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm an amoeba. I just crawl to the car.
Oh, I know the feeling, I know. I'm gonna stop here and then we'll take it back and look at it in a frame. Okay, so just popped it in one of my floater frames, as usual, just to decide, you know, if it needs anything else, any touch-ups. And actually, I think I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I like the composition. I like the arrangement of shapes of the trees, and I think I lowered this, you know, I definitely reduced the size of these mountains in the background, or these cliffs, and I lightened them up and pushed them back. I like the pattern here. I think it's kind of cool how there's this open space and you can go out into the distance off to the right. So yeah, I'm happy with the composition. I like the color on the ground there, the bits of light on the land. I'd say the only thing is I wish there was more color in it. At one point, you know, it just seemed all blue and green. I had lost a lot of that burnt sienna sketch, so I came back in with some burnt sienna mixed with cadmium yellow to put some of that orange back into the painting, and I think that really did improve it. I also put some blue greens up in these shadows in the trees, and when I was outdoors it looked really saturated and thought I might have been overdoing it, and here I can't even really see it, so I could have punched up the color a lot more. And I think painting with Nick made me realize that, like, his colors are so vibrant. When I look at his painting next to mine, it was like, wow, this thing is just so, the color is so muted. But having said that, I still do like the painting. I think, again, for me, you know, composition and a strong feeling of light are what I'm after. And I do, yeah, I like it. I like the composition. I feel like there is some decent light in it. And so overall, not bad. All right, so I had a great time painting with Nick today. We're gonna do it again soon. I thought it was interesting, in the beginning of the video, he talks about needing more darks in his paintings. I feel like I can lighten up my darks and still have the value range that I need. Just keep those darks transparent, get some color in there. That's something I want to continue to work on, and I'd like to return to that place and experiment with that. I'll put links down below to Nick's website and his Instagram, so be sure to check him out. I really like his paintings, and like I said, I love what he does with color, and maybe next time we'll try to dig deeper and figure out what his color philosophy is. It seems like it's just pure instinct, but I'd like to dig deeper into that. Anyway, as usual, thanks for hanging out. If you'd like to support the channel, see some extra videos, I got a Patreon link down below, so feel free to take a look. Other than that, stay creative, and I'll see you guys in the next video.